Let's get into it. Very excited for this video. This is a lot of education in this one. This is really the foundation, of our system, and this is what you voted on. I think I'm going to start. Well, I will continue to do that moving forward. I'm just putting up a poll and letting you vote on the next educational video you want to see. Because at the end of the day, I'm making this for you to learn, for you to benefit from. And this was the one that was voted upon. So I'm very excited for this one. As always, the reason I make these PowerPoints is so you can pause, you can screenshot, you can make your own notes. I just want you to have something to look back on. And of course, at the end of this video, I'm a visual learner. I know a lot of you are. I will have some live trading examples to help visualize everything that I'm going to break down in this PowerPoint. So let's get into it. Read and price action at key levels for entry confirmation. So when I first started trading, I would hear people say, read the price action, read the price action. And maybe I was just too much of a noob. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is price action? What does that even mean? So I don't want to be that guy that keeps telling you, some new traders, hey, read the price action, and you don't even know what that means. So what is price action? Price action, and keep in mind, this is in my own words, this is the story told by candlesticks without indicators, level twos, Fibonacci, all those other things. As you know, I always say, life is what you make it, trading is what you make it. Trading can be very easy, it can be very simple, or it can be hard and difficult. The choice is really yours. As you develop your skill and you move on in your trading journey, you'll really realize that trading can be very easy and simple if you choose it to be. So you see me trade, you see nothing on my chart except for key levels and raw price action. That is it. Nothing on my chart but key levels. So the story, price action unfolds, is telling us who's in control, buyers or sellers, the bulls or the bears. Having the skill, and it is a skill, having the skill of reading price action helps us confirm so much, such as if a key level will hold, if it will break, or if it will base. Those are three different things. Price can only run to the upside, run to the downside, or move sideways, one or the other. We want to see strong reactions at our key levels. I can't preach that enough. We want to see strong reactions at our key levels. So price action is the foundation of our break and retest. Understanding how to read this will help you take off as a trader. Now, I can't tell you to do these things and not tell you how to, right? I can't tell you how not to. So how to learn to read price action. And these are the things that I did. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to give you the exact same advice and the tools that I was doing that helped me. Screen time. Nothing else. Don't overcomplicate it. Screen time. I played football majority of my life. I was a quarterback. What do? We prep. We watch film. How many hours of film are you putting in? You got to ask yourself that question. Do not underestimate that. So screen time. Treat it as watching film. Record your own trades. This is a good one. Record your own trades. I still do this today. Record your own trades in real time and go back and watch the trades you took. And then you journal that. Some of the things you can journal is, why did you take that trade? Why did you exit that trade? What did you feel in the moment when you were trading, prior to the entry, during the duration of that trade, and after you got out of that trade? Record your own trades. That's a really big thing. Do not underestimate the power of sitting there and doing absolutely nothing but just watching. Take mental reps. That's a real thing. Take mental reps. Understanding the setup. So there's 4 key steps to this. I highly recommend going and watch my first educational video, because that's really the foundation of our entire system anyway. That's a great video. That gets into the nitty gritty. So I've already done that. Identify a key level. Start from the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour. Those are the only key levels I trade off of. The bigger the time frame, the better the key level, right? Wait for the break. As I always preach, the most important criteria on the break and retest is what? Say it with me. Displacement. A lot of traders, as soon as their alert goes off and they get that break, they're automatically looking for the retest. No, no, no. I flip that. Psychology, I flip that. The first thing I'm looking for, and you see me do it in my own trading, is displacement. The price breakout big enough for me to say, okay, buyers are definitely in control. We got enough displacement. We got the candle closure. Now I'm going to look for the retest. The bigger the breakout, the better. We should not have to guess if buyers or sellers are in control. It should be clear as daylight. 3, wait for the retest. Wait for the retracement of price to come back to that key level. You always hear me say, the deeper the pullback, the better. Why? Because the closer we take a trade off of our key level, the tighter our risk. As long as price is above or below the key level that we are taking a trade off of, our thesis is correct. You've seen me do that on a couple of my trades. I don't care if I have to sit in a trade for 1 hour or for 2 hours. If I take a long off of, for an example, 450, and price is consolidating, as long as price is sitting above 450, my thesis is correct. That's why it's important to take trades off of these key levels. If we break under 450, I now know my thesis is incorrect. Use price action as confirmation. Wait for strong bullish or momentum candles to appear, and that is our entry confirmation. This skill does take time. It does. You have to be patient on the trigger. Do not be so quick to jump the gun and pull on the pullback and see, okay, price is now back here at my key level. I'm just going to blindly take this long and hope it works out. No, you got to be patient to pull the trigger. The retest, and this is where patient pays. On the retest, we are watching how price reacts. We are not guessing. I need you to reread that. These are not magic levels. I can't stress that enough. You can't be surprised how many times I've had other traders tell me, hey, Kel, like I went long on the pullback, but we didn't hold. Like, yeah, these aren't magic levels, right? You got to read the price action. There's a lot that goes into that. You need to see if you are getting a momentum or volume spike at these key levels on the retest in the direction you're looking to trade in. Look at what the overall market is doing on the retest. Ask yourself, is there divergence? Meaning, if I'm looking to go long, is the market tanking but Tesla's rallying? Okay, can I visually see strong buyers, right, or sellers stepping in at this key level? If, like I've said before, if you have to guess, do not take that trade. It should be clear, clear as daylight. If it's clear, there should be no guessing at all. What does a valid retest look like? So we'll get into that, but it's a tap or a slight break off of our key level on the retest. We want to see wicks starting to form on our key level, holding it cleanly, and then strong buyers or sellers stepping in with momentum. Why this works. So when I was in school, I got my major in criminology. I had a lot of professors who were retired attorneys, and one professor had a saying that men lie, women lie, evidence don't. And I love that saying because you always want to ask for the proof, for evidence, concrete evidence. That's something I always wanted to ask. So for me, when I was studying this and I was learning my system, I had to ask myself, okay, why does this work in the first place? Why does this work? Like I said, go watch that first educational video, and a lot of good insight is in there. But the retest is where liquidity forms. This is smart money, tests conviction. Weak hands close early. You always hear me say this. My favorite setups is on the pullback. When we fail that key level, we reclaim it, and that fuels that move to the direction we are looking to trade in. Why does that work? Weak hands close early, meaning those traders who are counter trending trading are getting squeezed out of their positions for a loss, which does what? Fuels that move higher or lower. Do not be a part of the squeeze. The trend is your best friend. You know how they say the trend is your friend? No, 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 no. The trend is your best friend. It really is. Confirmation. We see the proof that order flow is aligned with our direction. Strong buyers or sellers showing up. It's not about guessing, it's about waiting for proof. When we're waiting for the confirmation and those strong buyers or those strong sellers to show their hands, that's our proof. That's what we're waiting for on those things. Now, this is what we're all waiting for, right? We always want to see the live trades, and I want to give you an example of um, how I trade, how I look at things, what am I looking at, and what am I reading. So that being said, I picked 3 trades that I really wanted to hit on. That's going to go over basically everything that we just covered in those PowerPoint slides. Being patient on the retracement, that's big, right? Seeing what the overall market is doing when we're looking to take a trade, the divergence, I'm going to get into that, and holding your trades, right? So my first trade being, this was actually a trade that I took the start of this week, which is on Tesla. And the reason that I wanted to hit on this trade is because a lot of traders get that breakout and they freak out. They see this and they feel like, oh no, I missed a move. The reason I have this insert is because we got the breakout of our key level. We waited over an hour for this slow grind back down, and boom, buyer stepped up very aggressively at our key level, and this thing shot back towards the high day. So I really wanted to hit on that. This is a great trade. Let's break this down together. So being patient here, we're waiting for the pullback. Like I always say, the deeper the pullback, the better. I'm waiting for strong buyers to step in. Boom. See that candle? See the explosion there? That's not guessing. That's me saying, hey, buyers are definitely stepping up here, defending this level. Look where the body of the candle closed or pushed up to, but look at the wick. As I always say, the deeper the pullback, the better because the tighter our risk. See that? We switch over to the 5 minute. We can clearly see buyers are stepping up. That was a great shot. That was a winning trade. We made over $2,300 on that trade. That's beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see. Waiting for the pullback. See that displacement? These are 5 minute candles. Sometimes you may feel FOMO kick in and feel like you missed a trade. We don't want that. We don't want to feel that. We're going to be patient and trust our system. Apple. Now, this was also another trade that I took. This was on the 22nd of October. This was a really big trade here. I think I made over 2,000 on this trade, but a solid trade here. Now, let's break it down together. Why is that? Look at Qs, right? Look at Qs. I'm gonna flip back over to Qs. Look at that. QQQ, this is a falling knife. The overall market is pulling back very heavy. Look at me trusting my level. Look at Apple. This is a 2 minute time frame, 6 minutes straight downside. This is a falling knife, but into our key level. Am I gonna am I gonna blindly long off this 260 on a falling knife? Absolutely not. I'm gonna be patient and wait for buyers to show their hands. I want to see divergence. Qs is falling. So is Apple. I want to see buyers step up at this key level for me to get confirmation and take this trade. Patience, right? Being very patient. Boom. Look at that spike. That's not second guessing. You see that? Do you have to guess if buyers are in control? If they're not, absolutely not. We waited. We saw the divergence here. We saw Qs was a falling knife. We switched back over to Apple. We see Apple. Buyers are stepping in very aggressively at our key level. The trend is your friend. We're bullish bias on this name, and we ended up getting that push to the upside on a 0 DTE. This was a great trade. Great way to end the week, making a little bit over 2,000 on this trade. Solid. Let's zoom out here on Apple. We know this is our key level. Look at that 5 minute time frame. Buyers are stepping up very aggressively, pushing this thing higher. Did we have to second guess that? Absolutely not. Another example here, Tesla. Now, I included this because I can't keep showing you winning trades, right? We got to be transparent. We got to be real. And nothing is 100%. Nothing's 100%. You don't even need a high win percentage in order to be profitable. So that being said, Tesla. Now, we know we are bullish bias on this name. We're waiting for a break and retest over 423. Let's break this down a little bit more thoroughly here. See Tesla, got that breakout. We failed. So since we failed this, I'm not looking to play the reclaim because we never held. So what did I do? I was very patient. We got the breakout again. See this candle closure? That's good displacement. See this, the recess here? That's buyers stepping up very aggressively there. That's exactly what I want to see. Took this trade. Let's be patient. This is me being patient, right? This is probably the most important video. I'm not just so quick to jump the trigger here, right? I know I'm long biased. I know I'm looking to go long, but I'm not just eager to go long. I'm being very patient, waiting for strong buyers to show their hands here. Look at that push. Boom. Take my shot. My thesis ended up actually being correct. Shortly after I sold for a loss, this thing ended up trending higher. As you know, I'm very big on taking one trade a day and walking away. I didn't panic. I sat in my trade. I let my stop loss take me out. I got squeezed out of my position for a loss, but I got to respect my stop loss, especially a name like Tesla. So be it. I lost $2,000 on the dot on this trade. You can actually go back here. You can see up here, this was on the 13th of October. You can go back on my trade recap. I posted that there, and you'll see. So I'm being patient, waiting for a body of the candle to close under my stop loss. I see Apple moving. I see Nvidia moving, but I do see some divergence here on Tesla. This has ended up being correct, just a bad price action at open. But look at that. We're waiting. I understand the context here. Buyer stepped in aggressively. I would 100% take that trade again. I took my loss. I went on about my day. So these were like some key trades here that I really wanted to break down that shows you everything, right? A losing trade, but we still entered on our criteria. Waiting over an hour for the pullback, right? You have to wait for retracement on the retest. You got to wait for price to come back. Waiting for a deep pullback. The deeper the pullback, the better. Why? Say it with me, because the tighter our risk. In that beautiful trade on Apple, seeing that QQQ was a falling knife, but seeing Apple buyer step up very aggressively, defending its key level. So a little side note, all my trading recaps, they're all on my channel, right? Go rewatch those. You can watch, you can just skip to the live trade and you can use those to study the film, see those live trades that I take, and you can see, okay, this is what he means by entry confirmation. This is what he means where he says, okay, waiting for strong buyers or sellers to show their hands before going. Now, not a lot of shorts. I don't think I've shorted at all last month. I don't think I've shorted at all in the month of October. This market is bullish. We're trending to the upside. Pretty crazy to see that. So learn from this. Rewatch this video. Rewatch those live trading recaps. Take notes, right? This is the fundamental of it. If you can really break down and focus on the skill of reading price action at key levels, being patient, holding your water, and letting your trades come to you, don't be so eager to jump the gun. Let buyers or sellers show you like, hey, I'm in control now, and you take your shot. See, we took this trade here on Tesla. Look at that. We fell under we fell under 423.15. I got a candle closure under my stop loss. Now I know my thesis is incorrect. Look how tight my risk was. If you go back, like I said, this was on the 13th of October. I took a $2,000 loss flat, not 201, not 203, flat. I know I'm risking right off this. I'm risking right off this 423. If price falls under this, my thesis is incorrect. I accept that and I move on. So hope this video, you were able to learn from it. I hope you got a lot of useful information from it. As always, thank you for rocking with me. I hope you're able to learn from me, grow from me, and move forward, become a better trader, utilizing the education that I'm giving you. And let's keep it going. I will be consistent on making sure that I get at least one education video out a week. And I'm going to continue to just put up a poll and let you vote on what video you want to see next, what you feel like you need most for your trading journey.